Preface of From North Carolina to Southern California Without a Ticket and How I Did It. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. From North Carolina to Southern California Without a Ticket and How I Did It by John Peele. Preface. After a good deal of persuasion upon the part of my relatives and immediate circle of friends, I have decided to write an account of a few of the many adventures and dangers that befell me while making my way, practically without a penny, from Tarboro, North Carolina to Tucson, Arizona, and thence to the stricken city of San Francisco, California, and other points of interest throughout the West, including New Orleans, Dallas, Texas, Fort Worth, El Paso, Dalhart, Texas, Alamogordo, New Mexico, Juarez, Old Mexico, Bisbee, Arizona, Los Angeles, California, San Pedro, California, Searchlight, Nevada, Denver, Colorado, and more than 100 other points of interest, coming back home on a telegraphed ticket via Chicago, Cincinnati, and Richmond, Virginia. The book bears no relation to fiction, as the reader will discover before reading many of its pages. The writer, believing it will be more interesting, will unreservedly show up all his faults and mistakes along the trip, as well as his good qualities. There is nothing in the book pertaining to the supernatural, nor is it of a highly sensational character, but the writer believes it will prove more than interesting to the intelligent mind. It is a true story from real life that every boy in America can read and profit thereby. The book is a record of facts and incidents which were written down in shorthand and transcribed at different stages of the journey by the author. The story is backed by the indisputable evidence of testimonials and correct addresses of the most prominent people with whom the writer came in contact. This book demonstrates the value of physical culture and education to the American youth as the author believes no other work upon the market has yet done. The writer graduated at the Massey Business College, Richmond, Virginia, in bookkeeping, etc. Feeling the need of rest and recreation after several years of hard study at school, and being a great sufferer from asthma, the author, hearing of the dry and beneficial climate of Arizona and New Mexico to those who have weak lungs, decided almost immediately after leaving school at Richmond, Virginia, to go to Tucson, Arizona, and personally verify these reports and probably settle there permanently himself. The author, John Peele, of Tarboro, North Carolina, is just 19 years of age, and though he had knocked about the world considerably prior to the opening of this story, he had heretofore always held a ticket to his destination. And now, dear readers, follow him patiently, and he will attempt to show you how he turned the trick of getting west without a ticket. Trusting the book may be of value to mothers in restraining their wayward sons to stay at home, however humble it may be, I beg to subscribe myself, sincerely, the author, John Peele. $50 reward, $50. I am a poor man, but if the darky who twice saved my life by catching me while standing up on the end of a loaded flat car fast asleep, and preventing my falling between the wheels of a rapidly moving freight train about 10 or 15 miles from the town of Woodbine, Florida, on a certain night in May in the year 1906, and who afterwards accompanied me 49 miles on a hand car to Jacksonville, can prove his identity by telling me what happened when we parted on the railroad in the suburbs of that city, and will communicate his intelligence to John Peele, Tarboro, North Carolina. He will receive the sum of $50. John Peele. End of preface. Chapter 1 of From North Carolina to Southern California Without a Ticket and How I Did It. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. From North Carolina to Southern California Without a Ticket and How I Did It by John Peele. Chapter 1. The details of my former life will not be given here, but as I stood waiting on the depot platform at Tarboro, North Carolina, with my brother Joe, who had come to bid me good-bye one fine day in early May in the year 1906, I could, at least, say that no other chap of my acquaintance could name any more varied occupations in which he had been engaged than I could. I had been grocery clerk for my people at Tarboro, water boy at the age of 14 at the Buffalo Lithia Springs in Virginia, where I made
Sample complete. Ready to continue?